Hello, my name is Joshua Brown from the job aptitude testing website howtobecome.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to pass a Deutsche Bank Assessment Test. So if you have a Deutsche Bank test coming up for any role whatsoever, then please make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to help you to pass it. To achieve that goal, this is what I'll cover. We'll go over the different types of Deutsche Bank test questions that will come up during your assessment. Plus, we'll go through the step-by-step instructions on how to tackle Deutsche Bank assessment test questions, and I'll give you many essential tips to help you pass your Deutsche Bank assessment at the very first attempt. Plus, I'll make sure to give you instant access to over 560 Deutsche Bank test practice questions and the fully worked answers. We're going to cover everything from the numerical reasoning tests through to the situational judgment tests. So just before we jump into the tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I want to help you to pass your aptitude test by giving you brilliant practice to the toughest Deutsche Bank test questions, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. And please don't forget to hit that like button because this tells me you find these tutorials useful. Okay, let's dive into the first question type, which is the numerical reasoning tests. This is a very popular category of job aptitude tests that is almost certainly going to appear on your Deutsche Bank aptitude assessment. So I've ensured I've put together the most frequent numerical question types used to help you practice and pass. So let's start off with this percentage question to warm you up. Ria enters a shop and purchases a box of oranges for $4.50. She receives 20% off her final purchase and she pays with a $10 note. How much change does Ria receive? Is it A, $6.50, B, $5.80, C, $6.40, D, 90 cents, or is it E, $3.60? Now, when dealing with numerical reasoning questions like these, we need to first work out the key information that you need. You will notice I have put the key information in bold. To work out this question, we just do a very simple process. First, we need to work out 20% of $4.50. To do this, we need to divide $4.50 by 100 and times it by 20 to work out what 20% of $4.50 is. This would give us 90 cents. The reason we divide $4.50 by 100 is because we're trying to work out a percentage, and percentages are out of 100%. So we divide that $4.50 by 100 and then we times it by 20 to get 20% of $4.50, which is 90 cents. Therefore, we then minus the 90 cents from the $4.50, which gives us a total of $3.60. Then finally, to work out the answer, we simply minus $3.60 from the $10 that we used to pay. Remember, Ria used a $10 note to pay for her purchase. So we take away the $3.60 from that, which gives us our answer of $6.40. So the correct answer option here was C. Now, what I want you to do is try a question for yourself under timed conditions. So have a go at this one yourself. Question 2. Alba is shopping for office supplies. She makes 3 purchases of stationery which total $8.50. Alba receives a 15% discount on the final purchase and pays with a $10 bill. How much change does Alba receive? Is it A, $1.27, B, $7.23, C, $3.28, D, $2.78, or is it E, $1.50? You have 20 seconds on the timer to work this out. If you need more time or if you need to rewind the video and look at how to answer this question, please do so because it's so important we get the foundations right for these questions before we move on to the tougher numerical reasoning questions, which we will do so soon. So you have 20 seconds on the timer starting now. How did you get on Please put your answer in the comment section below this video where I will mark it for you. And if you need any further help or advice, please let me know in that comment section. Okay, let's move on to a similar numerical format that's used in the Deutsche Bank maths assessment. Okay, now it's time to make these a bit more challenging by mixing in visual graphs and tables. These numerical question types are known as data interpretation tests and are frequently used in Deutsche Bank style numerical reasoning assessments. So here is the question. If you were to purchase 3 pens and 10 pencils using a $20 bill, what percentage of your money will you spend? Here is the table with that data with the costs in it. Is the answer A, 10%, B, 20%, C, 25%, D, 15%, or is it E, 5%? Now I'm going to work through this with you and then give you plenty of practice questions for you to do yourself. So numerical data interpretation questions look way more intimidating than they actually are. The trick here is to find the relevant information you need and disregard the rest. So most of the information will most likely be redundant. In this example, we only need the rows for the pencils and pens. The information for the brushes and erasers are redundant and they are not needed, so we can remove them just like this. That makes the information we need a lot clearer. So to work out this question, we first need to work out how much you spent. So 3 times 35 cents gives us $1.05. That's for the 3 pens. And we've also spent $3 for that 10 pack of pencils. So $1.05 plus $3 gives us $4.05. Next, we need the calculation to work out the percentage, which is a simple one. It's this: the percentage equals the value divided by the total value times by 100. Again, we times it by 100 because it's a percentage we're trying to work out. So in this example, here is what that calculation looks like. We take our $4.05 and we divide it by 20 because we paid with a $20 bill. That gives us 0.20. We then simply take that 0.20 and multiply it by 100, that 100%, which gives us our answer of 20%. So the correct answer option is B. So now it is your turn. Please put your answer to question 4 in the comment section below the video for marking. If you need to pause the video and take more time than what I give you on the timer, please do so, because like I said, it's so important you get these foundations right, and you can always improve your speed later on by undertaking many practice questions under timed conditions and slowly increasing your speed. And I'm going to give you access to over 600 of these later on in this video. So here is the question. What is the percentage change in the number of females who play guitar from 2022 compared to 2023? Here's that information, and here are your answer options. You have 30 seconds on the timer, and just as before, to answer this question, you will need to sift out the information you need from the table. Remember, most of the data in the table is redundant. Once you have the data you need, you can apply a similar percentage calculations that we've learned before to work out your answer. Okay, 30 seconds on the timer starts now. Okay, here is another practice question for you. Question 5 is this. Below is a table representing costs for different products. Product Z gets taxed 25% of the total sales revenue. What would the total sales revenue be with tax for product Z? Here is the table, and here are your answer options. Again, you have 30 seconds on the timer starting now. Well done, you're doing great. Let's take a look at another question to really help you prepare for your Deutsche Bank assessment tests. So question 6 is this. What is the ratio of females to males who play hockey in 2023? Here's the information. Here are your answer options. You have 30 seconds to work this out, starting now. Okay, great. Don't forget to put your answer option in the comment section below for marking. Let's take a look at one more numerical reasoning example question before moving on to a different type of Deutsche Bank assessment test question. So question 7 is this. How much more does it cost a company to place 4 40-second video advertisements without a voiceover and 1 30-second video advertisement with a voiceover, compared to a company placing 6 20-second video advertisements with a voiceover and 1 10-second video advertisement without a voiceover? Here is the data that you need. That's a lot of information to take in, but remember, there's a lot of redundant information there. Simply highlight the information you need to work out your answer option from the multiple choice options below. You have 30 seconds on the timer, and then we're going to move on to a new type of question. Your 30 seconds starts now. Okay, don't forget to put your answers in the comment section below. Let's now move on to the next Deutsche Bank assessment question type, which is verbal reasoning. And just before we do that, at any point during this tutorial, if you want to, you can click that link in the top right hand corner and head through to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can access over 560 Deutsche Bank aptitude test preparation style questions, including the ones that we're covering right now, plus the fully worked answers and strategies to pass each question type to make you the standout candidate. Let's move on to those verbal reasoning questions. So please read the passage below carefully and answer true, false, or impossible to say based on the statements made. So here is the statement. The below passage is a statement from a National Science magazine report. Park Ranger Winnie Scott, who is leading the initiative to encourage more red squirrels in the Ashdown Forest, has said, assessing the forest regularly and the wildlife is highly important to make a real difference to the ecology of the area. We have recently introduced multiple pine marten den boxes throughout the forest as they naturally suppress grey squirrels and allow red squirrels to thrive. We're hoping that by doing this, it will greatly encourage the return of the native red squirrel in the area. We have set up trial cameras in the den boxes to track the progress of the pen martens. Continue to closely monitor the situation. Now, based on that passage of information, is this following statement true, false, or impossible to say? Only one den box has been set up. Here are your answer options. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer this, starting now. How did you get on? Well, we can see here that it says we have recently introduced multiple pine marten den boxes throughout the forest. So the correct answer option was false. A top tip here, never make assumptions. Choose your answer entirely based on what the passage actually says. So do not make assumptions. So now we've gone through one together, give it a go yourself. Here is the same passage as before. This is a new statement though. There are currently no red squirrels in the area. Is that true, false, or impossible to say? You have 5 seconds starting now. Don't forget to put your answer in the comment section below where I'll mark it for you. Here is another statement based on the same passage. There were already pine martens in the forest before the park rangers intervened. Again, is it true, false, or impossible to say? You have 5 seconds to answer, starting now. And finally, question 11 is exactly the same with a new statement. Are a way of naturally suppressing red squirrels. True, false, or impossible to say? 5 seconds starts now. I'm going to give you one more actually, just to practice a bit further. The trial cameras have night vision to track the pine martens during nighttime. This might be a bit of a trick question. Let me know what your answer is in the comment section below. You have 5 seconds starting now. Okay, let's move on to inductive reasoning tests. Many people really struggle with inductive reasoning questions. And remember, if you want to practice any of these questions in mock exam conditions, you can click that link in the top right hand corner if you want to, and head over to my website, howtobecome.com, where you can instantly access my 560 Deutsche Bank Assessment Test questions and answers resource. Okay, let's move on to those inductive reasoning test questions. Question 13 is this. Which tile is next in the sequence? Here is that sequence of images, and you have answer options A, B, C, D, or E to choose from. Now, the way to answer inductive reasoning questions is to take a close look at what pattern you can find. Now, if we start in the top left, you can see that this arrow seems to be rotating at a 45-degree angle anti-clockwise each time. So anti-clockwise is this way round. So you can see 45 degrees, this symbol is moving anti-clockwise. But also notice something else. Take a note of the colours. Remember though, sometimes the colours are irrelevant and they're there as a red herring or a distraction just to make it seem more complicated. There may also be multiple symbols in the image, but only one symbol is the one you need to focus on. My advice is to start simple with the questions that we're looking at now and build yourself up and get better and better at answering these type of questions. In this example, you may have noticed that the colours are indeed important. We can tell this because, as I mentioned at the start, this image is moving 45 degrees anti-clockwise each time. So we can see here in this sequence, this blue one on the far right, it now needs to move to be pointing directly upwards. And there's a few answer options, in fact, A, C, and E that all face upwards. Therefore, the colours must mean something. So let's try and work out the colour pattern. So it starts with blue, then goes green, then goes yellow. Then it's back to blue, so then we can assume it should be green next, which would give us answer option number E. So the correct answer is answer option number E. I want you now to try these for yourself. So please put your answer to question 14 in the comment section below for marking. If you do need more help or advice, please just ask. I log on every day to the comments and will get back to you quickly. So here is the question for you. Which tile is next in the sequence? So here is the question and the sequence, and here are your answer options. Now, when answering this next question, remember the rules that we just looked at, including color changes, and look for patterns in object movement. But also bear in mind that some information or changes may be redundant to make the question more challenging. You have 20 seconds on the timer starting now. Great, you're doing fantastic. Let's take a look at another inductive reasoning Deutsche Bank style practice question for you. So here is the sequence. You need to work out which tile comes next in the sequence from the following options. You have 20 seconds on the timer starting now. Okay, how are you doing? Do let me know in the comment section below. Let's try another one for you. Which tile is next in the sequence? Here are your answer options, and here is your 20-second timer starting now. Okay, let's move on to the situational judgment test questions. Now, many people ask for help with the situational judgment test questions for their Deutsche Bank assessment. So let's dive in straight to some practice to help you to prepare. So here is a sample question for you. You are sitting in the staff canteen when 3 other members from your team sit down at your table. As you engage in friendly discussion with them, 2 of the members begin to mock the other person for his religion. Although they are only joking, you can see that the individual in question has been upset by these comments. Do you A. join in, it's just a bit of banter? B. Speak up and inform your colleagues that they should have more respect for other religions? Or C. Ask the offended colleague to speak to you in private afterwards where you will discuss the comments? Or finally D. is to try to change the subject yourself. Which answer option would you choose from those? I want you to pause for a second and really think about how you would honestly answer this question. Put yourself in this situation and think, what would I do if it was me? Well, here is my suggested answer, which is B, to speak up and inform your colleagues that they should have more respect for other religions. The reason why is this is the most efficient response, as you are clearly demonstrating to the affected individual that discrimination of any kind will not be tolerated, as well as admonishing your colleagues for their behaviour. Integrity and respect for others is key for any Deutsche Bank employee, and any form of discrimination will not be tolerated, so do bear this in mind. Let's have a look at another situational judgment test question for you. Question 18. You are on a work trip with a colleague and are passing near a clothes shop. The 2 of you are heading to a client meeting. Your colleague gets very excited, dashes into the shop and starts trying on denim jackets. Your colleague says this: I love this shop. I might have to buy a few things from here. Do you A. inform your colleague that they are acting very unprofessionally and tell them to get back to work? B. leave your fellow colleague to it. It's not your problem if they want to mess around. As long as you continue on your way to the meeting, you are not complicit in their actions and have done nothing wrong. C. inform your fellow colleague that you'll be reporting them to your line manager if they don't leave the store immediately. Or D. do nothing. They're only having a bit of fun. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer this. Do let me know in the comment section below and I'll let you know what my suggested response would be. Here we go. Okay, so the next thing to do is to please make sure you click that button in the top right hand corner of this video right now and head through to my website howtobecome.com, where you can get access to over 560 Deutsche Bank style preparation aptitude test questions and the fully worked answers to each question. You can literally have online access within 2 minutes from now, and it's guaranteed to help you prepare effectively for your next job aptitude test and also, more importantly, put you ahead of the competition. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, as I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible pass their job aptitude tests and their job interviews, and I can only do that if you are subscribed. Please also hit that like button, as that encourages me to make more videos just like this one. And if you have any questions regarding any aptitude test, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below, where I will get back to you. And finally, don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below. It's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best with your assessment. Have a brilliant day.